Who made you God? August 18, 2013. This is going to be interesting, and I would like each and every one of you really to think about this as you are becoming and want to become your own creator of the reality you reside in. Who and what is God? That should be the first question as you are considering changes that you think need to be made to the reality around you. What does God do for you and others? In fact, is God involved in everything you do, or has God given each and every one of you the free will to follow the path of your choosing? There are two things that usually seem to be combined into your thinking or understanding. You think there is a God. God has given you free will. Now, what does free will really mean? As you look around you within your reality, but not only the 3D reality, as free will is not limited to the 3D reality. Free will and the unlimited exercise of free will any way you see fit, from wherever, whenever, and no matter what consciousness level or understanding you use. Free will upon earth seems to be limited in many ways, and sometimes you can say that free will is limited in fact on other consciousness levels as well. With each soul having the right of free will, their choice to exercise their free will, what does that really mean to you? We see many focusing on a peaceful reality, a world where everyone lives in peace. Our only question would be, who made you God? Why is it that you decide the right course for your planet Earth? Who gave you the reins of the path that is to be followed? In fact, who put you in control of the Earth? Maybe it would be easier if you would define what you see as peace. A peaceful earth, and if you are to do that, you will see that many will still have different opinions about peace. Many of you reading the messages are actually already living in countries that are at peace. They might be involved in wars outside of your country, but most of you are living in a country that is not ruled by any wars physically inside the country. There are threats, and some would consider themselves to be at war with other countries, but most of these wars are playing itself out outside of your own country. You do not see tanks and soldiers marching in the streets. So what is it you really want? You want the countries that are at war to stop their wars. Again, we ask, who made you God? Who gave you the power to decide for any other person but your own? Many would consider this to be a negative message, but you might want to think about what it really means to be within a higher state of consciousness, a higher state of being, as many of you do not have the understanding yet, or have experienced your real state of being. If there is a God, the one that created you and or created the earth, and gave all of you free will, why would this God have a plan? Why would this God behind the scenes be pushing for a certain outcome? After all, free will wouldn't really mean anything if that was the case. Yes, of course there are places where beings reside in peace, but it doesn't mean it has always been that way, or will stay that way forever. You might not know about the wars they have fought to get to this state of peace. All many of you are being fed is that once you reach a higher consciousness, each and every person upon earth will have to reach that state, but once that happens it will be heaven upon earth. Do you not understand you are being given in a way a carrot dangling in front of you to keep you moving? And in no way it means you might actually get the carrot. Peace is not reliant upon the outer reality, it is a state of being, a state where you as a human but also as a full source being, can be within a balance within your own being. A balance that is not interfered with by the outside reality yet is still engaged with the outside reality in a way that allows you to follow your path in the most beneficial way for you. There is nothing in the words free will that says someone made you God over all others. You are only the God of your own being. Each soul has the choice to become involved in anything they have chosen, yet sometimes this will be controlled by others in some way, as the reality you have chosen is such that there is no way to avoid some of this control. By you choosing a certain particular path for each being upon earth, you are becoming part of this control system. You might have the right intention, but nowhere in the words free will is anything said about intention. Free will, you think about this as you are to become the creators of your own reality. And you will have to see that no matter if you have good intentions, all that you create will influence every other being that is within the reality you are in at this moment. Yes, of course there are new pathways, and maybe at one point there will exist a form of peace upon earth. But remember that this can only be created when each and every being upon earth makes their own choice to follow that path towards peace. You will also have to define peace in a way, as for some peace only means no more wars. Others take this a step further and require a loving, kind and respectful attitude from each person. Some take it even further and require no disagreements. You see, peace is something that requires a lot of thinking and understanding the actual reality that is happening. It also requires a lot more than just willy-nilly spreading your light around from one source to another. The Sphinx speaks. Channeled by Petra Margolis. www.thesphinxspeaks.org. www.ascendedmasters.org